Hey there, listeners. Welcome to the Portside Podcast, the podcast where young is a word, but not a number. Your podcast for young cruisers. My name is TJ. I'm your host. And if you're new here, I just want to remind you to like, subscribe, comment, and enjoy the show. Alright, today we are on cruise industry news, talking about the evolution of cruise ship safety drill. I hate this thing. Like, I understand why it exists, but I hate this thing because whenever they're banging on the door about the safety drill and having to go to your muster station, I'm never actually prepared to leave. I'm always like pants half off in the bathroom, in my calm zen space, and then it's just like bang, 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 safety drill. I'm like, oh man, here we go. I have to figure something out. I'm always like ready to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're never in a good position, I feel, when it's time to do that absolutely ridiculous muster drill. I mean, I understand why it exists, but I'm happy that they're starting to change the drill and evolutionize it into the future. Evolutionize isn't a word, is it? You tell me. You tell me. But let's start. So, Royal Caribbean Muster 2.0. The new program transforms the process originally designed for large groups of people into a faster, more personal approach that encourages higher levels of safety, the company previously said. With Muster 2.0, guests will review safety information individually using their stateroom TV or a smartphone before visiting their assigned assembly station, where a crew member will verify that all ships have been completed and answer questions. Each of the steps will need to be completed prior to the ship's departure as required by international maritime law. In addition to Royal Caribbean Group's branch and joint ventures, the new Muster 2.0 may also be used by other cruise operators through licensing. Currently, patent licenses have already been granted to Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, the parent company of Norwegian Cruise Line, Oceania Cruises, and Regent 7 Cruises. Okay, cool. Royal Caribbean's trying to like do this in a way where it's more personal, where like they just kind of verify that you understand what you're supposed to do, you understand the process and steps that you need to take in order to get to a safe location during an emergency, in case of an emergency. I think that's a pretty cool way to do it. That you just make it personal, where you tell the person this is where you go, and you ask some questions, you answer some questions. It could be inconveniencing to a lot of people who just don't feel like that's the way they want this done. Like, they like the idea of giving them 20 to 25 minutes. I think mostly 20, honestly, if not 15 for some ships to get to your muster station and get the speech about this is where you go, do not bring your belongings, blah blah blah, in case of an emergency. I like this. So that's Royal Caribbean's way of doing it. It doesn't seem too difficult. It doesn't seem too over the top. It's not. It definitely seems much easier. My thing is, with thousands of people on the ship, how are they gonna get this done in a quick manner? Because they usually get this done before they depart. So I can see why they're doing it in bulk when it comes to before or pre-pandemic. Post-pandemic, it's going to be cool to see maybe they do it by family, where like you all stay in the stateroom and they just come to you. And honestly, I think that's just how things have to be because of the issue with social distancing. So, I don't know how comfortable people are going to be stacked up on top of each other, standing on the side of the boat. Well, that's outside, but standing inside the ship. So, there you go. That was Royal Caribbean's, yeah. That's Royal Caribbean's way of doing things. On to Carnival's way of doing the safety drill. The Carnival Hub app. Restarting service in July, Carnival Cruise Line recently revealed more details on its new safety drill procedures. The drills will now be divided into two parts, leaving the large gathering safety briefings behind. Thank you. It was a mess, especially when you had like your muster station in the theater. Oh my gosh, it's a mess going in because there's no actual direction. They just tell you, if you're this number station, come to this place, and then you go to that place, and then everyone's just walking around, stumbling around, trying to find seats, trying to find a place to stand. And it wasn't very organized, in that they just kind of needed to get it done because they said it like it's maritime law to actually like get that done. Make sure the passengers are aware. So for me personally, I think that there comes a point where we don't need to be doing these big gathering groups of safety drills. It's much faster, I'm sure, but I'm glad that like most mainstream cruise lines are leaving this behind. Let's continue. First, the guests who need to go up to the muster station. Using instructions received via Carnival's new smartphone app, the Hub app. Alright. I don't really look at my phone that much on the cruise lines. on cruises, I mean. So this is actually going to be pretty interesting because it's going to require most people to be down to have the Hub app downloaded. And I think Carnival is kind of asking much from people on their vacation to be downloading an app to be able to get the safety procedure done. They're probably going to allow it so you can get it done somewhere else, or they can bring you a device themselves that can get you logged in and get that service done. But I don't think everyone's going to actually have the Hub app downloaded when they're, you know, on when they're on the ship. So that's going to be interesting to see how that Hub app works. Crew members will be positioned around the ships to help guide the passengers. The crews will also make sure everyone visits their assembled muster stations in the first hour and a half of guests being on board. Wait, so what's the point of even doing the Hub app? So we still have to go to the muster station anyway. So whereas Royal Caribbean's like, yeah, you're not meeting at all. Like, we're not even gonna do this at all. Carnival's like, we're kind of gonna do it, but not really. Carnival's kind of doing a three-step process here, and I think they should cut that down to 2 to 1. You know, and yeah, I don't really see how this works out long term. Like, not long term in that, like, it can't work or they're gonna change it. I mean, like, I don't see how this is easier in the long term than just telling everyone, I'm gonna make an announcement, go to this station, go to this place, number on your card. We'll see. The second part of the safety drill with Carnival is watching safety videos, which will be available in all staterooms and must be watched before the ship sails. Huh. So what do you think the percentage of people who are actually going to watch that video are going to be? 2. I think there's a very small percentage of passengers who are going to sit their kids down and themselves, especially those with interior rooms, who are going to want to be sitting down watching these safety videos. I think everyone should. I'm going to, and I encourage all of you to, just because in case of an emergency, which you never know, it is good to know where you're supposed to go and not running around chaotic. Because what's going to happen is if there is an emergency and something happens, somebody's going to be that guy who's going to go on the news and be like, there was no direction. I didn't know where to go. Nobody was telling me where to go. It was chaos. When in reality, everyone knew where to go. You and all the people who didn't watch the videos, the safety videos, and didn't get clear instructions on your muster station are the ones causing all the chaos. It's all a bunch of yous running around in circles with your heads cut off while everybody else gets to the lifeboats. You know, I'm just saying. A protocol will be in place to control the attendance of the passengers in the new safety procedures. If a guest fails to complete the mandatory steps, he'll be limited in what he can do on the ship. Whoa! If the guest fails to... Wow. So they're going to limit what you can do on the ship. I don't know how people are going to stand for this. Cruise passengers normally are the age of people who are already over and sick of dealing with the virus anyway. So this is going to be interesting to tell the people who don't care about doing all those steps that Carnival wants them to do, to tell them that they just can't be a part of certain things on the ship. Like, what does that even mean? And the thing is, they're not even specific on what they're limited in. Is it dining? Is it specialty dining? Is it events? Is it, I don't know, like, is it going to certain parts of the ship? Like, how would you verify that? Is their card scanned? Like, I don't know. This Carnival's making this interesting. It kind of sucks for me because, you know, as a young cat, I'm a Carnival fan, so I feel bad. This is a kind of suckish on that part that they're gonna limit you. But hey, if everyone does what they have to do, then there shouldn't be any problems, and we can get this done nice and quick. MSC's safety video, which I've never been on an MSC ship, but hey, it's in the article, so we're gonna talk about it. Let's go. The first major cruise line to resume guest operations. Really? They were? Huh. Nice. MSC Cruises has been in service in the Mediterranean since August 2020. What? How? How did they? Alright. To ensure social distancing during safety drills, the company has changed its method. Now, safety drills are carried out as soon as all the passengers board the vessel. To complete it, guests are asked to watch a 5-minute video shown in their cabins and then head to their assembly stations. At the muster points, a crew member scans each passenger's cruise card, completing the process. All right, that's cool. See, that's like a streamlined process right there. You board the ship, You watch the video, they scan your card. And actually, if you go on, I remember this on the Anthem of the Seas. If you actually go on the Anthem of the Seas for Royal Caribbean pre-pandemic, that's pretty much the process they did there. You were called to your muster station. For those who had the muster station in the in one of the theaters or one of the event spaces, you were called there, and then you were basically told, watch this video. You know, we all know the washy video, wash your hands. Clearly, no one listened. You know, clearly. But the washy video, they tell you to wash your hands coming in and out of locations. And then they effectively give you a briefing on just how it all works. Then they scan your card and you're done. And you go about your day. So I think the streamlined process of board the ship, get the video, scan your card, go. And broken down into maybe subsections of passengers, I think that's much easier than whatever Carnival's trying to do with the Hub app. Plus, it's like you watch the video in your stateroom, then you verify questions and concerns on the app, and then somebody comes to your room. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then they limit you on things you can do on the ship. Carnival went full, like, we are never shutting this company down again. We're never shutting down again mode. And I think that they're kind of doing it a little bit too over the top there. And I don't know. But all of these processes seem like they work, and I'm glad that the cruise lines are, in fact, trying to take as many precautions as possible in order to get to the point where they can cruise without any issue. I like that. As somebody who runs a cruising channel, I'm sure that the youth who go on these ships would like to know that everyone's kind of treating this responsibly and seriously, and everyone wants to have a good time and not be the person that ruins the vacation by getting everyone sick. So remember, guys, when cruise lines start up, go on that ship, wash your hands. If you're sick, I don't know if you should tell anybody, but just try to stay within your cabin as much as possible. I feel as if cruise lines are going to make a bounce back, so this is actually really good news, and it's good news for those who really hated the muster drills of old. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe if you can. If you're listening on Spotify, send me a comment, write a comment, and I'll catch you guys later. Hey there, listeners. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. But before you go, I just want to let you know, whether you're a content creator looking for exposure, a business owner looking to advertise, or simply looking just to give a birthday shout out, you can do so by contacting me at theportsidepodcast@gmail.com. This is your host, TJ, signing off.